Things just got way worse for Jay-Z. People are saying that he is even worse than Diddy, and there's so many reports coming out now saying stuff about Jay-Z and that he was involved with doing some stuff back in the day alongside Diddy, and this all apparently took place at an after party. This was right after the 2000 MTV VMAs, where Diddy was hosting an after party and Jay-Z was there along with other celebrities. And they both did some messed up stuff. People have been saying things about Jay-Z for years, and if it is true, it's safe to say that he's done, guys. Like the same thing with Diddy, right? Like people in the industry and outside the industry were making claims that now, in some cases, decades later, the whole world is finding out that these claims have been true the whole time. And with Jay-Z, he's obviously denied everything. Just like Diddy did, he was denying everything. But now with these new claims of what he did to somebody who was way younger than voting age, yeah, this really could be the end for Jay-Z. Obviously, I gotta be careful with my words in this video because this topic is a topic that's very charged and it brings up a lot of emotions for people. But I do want to share some more specific details because, you know, this is public record now and a lot of people are talking about it. But I'll do my best to, you know, just really be mindful of my words, and I'll do my best to handle this topic with as much respect as possible. So Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, he was named in a civil suit that was refiled by the Texas-based attorney Tony Busby, and this was refiled on Sunday, December 8th, 2024. Okay, so this was not the original claim. This was a refiling of the original claim, and it apparently had some amendments to it. Apparently, the original complaint was filed anonymously back in October of 2024, but it had only listed Diddy as a defendant. But this time, it also names Jay-Z. So the person who made these claims says that back on September 7th in the year 2000, when she was 13, things happened to her that were completely unimaginable, and the people involved were Diddy and Jay-Z. She claims that she was offered a drink that made her start feeling a little bit weird before she went into the bedroom to lie down for a moment. But shortly after that, Jay-Z and Diddy entered, and Diddy said, "You ready to party?" And then that's when she said that Jay-Z did, you know, stuff to her, and all of this happened while Diddy and another female celebrity was watching. Then Diddy took his turn while Jay-Z and that other female celebrity watched. And guys, honestly, this is so soul crushing because it brings up so many questions, and it's just so wild to think that like this happened. Like, first of all, you know, for this to happen to any female or to anyone for that matter, it's just sad. And secondly, like, why would these guys think that this is okay? Like, how does doing something like this even enter into your mind? And the other thing is, who is this unnamed woman that literally watched while all this was happening? It's so crazy. And honestly, I feel like we're gonna find out who this unnamed woman is. Even if she's not named in any paperwork, you know, I feel like if they're still alive, that person has to come forward because there's no way that you can see that and feel okay with yourself. Like your conscience has got to be eating you up. But for now, let's go back to this whole thing with Jay-Z, right? So again, these are just claims at this point. None of this has been confirmed yet. So is it true? You know, time is gonna tell. Just like how Diddy was denying everything with his ex Cassie, for example. People are saying that, well, Diddy didn't do anything, you know, he's innocent. And then we saw that video and then he was like, oh yeah, I did it. You know, I messed up. I asked for forgiveness, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, after that video, if he could lie about something like that, you know, what else could he lie about? And a lot of people are saying the same thing for Jay-Z. Again, nothing was shown yet on footage. There's been no proof of anything. But one thing I do notice with Jay-Z and Beyonce as well is that they have been very silent about this whole Diddy drama, except when their name is dragged into it. Like Jaguar Wright, she did that interview with Piers Morgan and she made some claims about Jay-Z and Beyonce, saying that they were even worse than Diddy. And then Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers forced Piers Morgan to delete that part of the interview and issue a public apology. And that's what Piers Morgan did. And now once again, Jay-Z is responding real quick to these new claims. Now, Jay-Z fully denies all of these claims, and he actually slammed the lawyer Tony Busby for his pattern of theatrics, as he calls it. And here's what Jay-Z said in a statement. And by the way, just a heads up, I did change some of these words just because of the type of content that this is. I want this to reach as many people as possible. So in advance, just letting you know that I did change up some of these words. But here's how the statement goes. Most of these words, like 99.99% of the words, is intact. These are Jay-Z's words, but I just want to give you the heads up. So in his statement, he says, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so evil in nature that I implore you to file a non-civil complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a thing against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. I have no idea how you have come to be such a bad human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the lack of sympathy and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to break up families in human spirit. And then Jay-Z goes on to conclude his statements by saying, I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn, who don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to use people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. So, after seeing that statement, reading it, and, just hearing the tone that Jay-Z is using, it would be easy for a lot of people to say yeah, Jay-Z's innocent, he would never do such a thing, which again, could be true. We don't necessarily know 100% yet. But what I think is happening now is that the public is so tired of being lied to by celebrities and by people in power that in many cases, the first response is to not believe the person when they say that they're innocent. As well as on the flip side, there's also this feeling of saying that, okay, well, if the courts say it about a celebrity, it has to be fake, right? So we're seeing a dichotomy here. There's just like a complete divide down the middle. But regardless, this is going to be a huge uphill climb for Jay-Z and Beyonce. We have been hearing that there are many other high-profile celebrities who are seen on those Diddy tapes, right? So this could definitely be the beginning of the end for those celebrities. And just to quote the words of Cat Williams that he said in that Club Shay Shay podcast interview, all lies will be exposed. So I guess we just got to wait and see.